What's the difference between a project sponsor and a project manager? What does steering groups drive? And what does PMO actually stand for? I'm here today to break it all down for you. So without further ado, let's find out. So in this video, we'll be understanding the responsibilities associated with the following project roles: project sponsor, the project manager, steering group, the users, and the project management office. If you enjoy this video or find it helpful, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, as it helps to grow the channel and to provide new content. The project sponsor is a critical role on any project. They're accountable for ensuring that the project is governed effectively and delivers the objectives that meet the needs that are identified. The sponsor is the key governance link between the business and the project. They represent the host or client organization, and as such, they're responsible for providing and securing the funding the project needs to succeed. They own the business case, ensuring that the benefits are clearly stated and are accountable to the business for the realization of these benefits. They'll be the project champion and support the project manager with decision making. One of the key governance responsibilities is to review and, where appropriate, approve the project through its lifecycle gate reviews. They'll chair the project steering group, and where the project is part of a program, the role of the sponsor may be undertaken by the program manager. In the concept phase, they define the business objectives and identify the benefits. They ensure that key stakeholders agree the project is worthwhile. They create the business outline case and secure its approval or funding. In the definition, they appoint the project manager if still required. They approve the project management plan. They secure the business case and they agree reporting requirements. In the deployment, the sponsor provides assurance to the project in various ways, helping with decision making, monitoring the external environment, and what that refers to as the concept of PESTLE, which I covered in the video addressing the project lifecycle. Using their influence and their conflict management and their soft skills in order to help the project succeed and to shield it from negativity. Another example is assisting with financial issues that may be going on at a higher level, where the sponsor can advocate for the project. The sponsor is an executive with the power to influence senior stakeholders to ensure a project is looked on in a favourable light and is able to continue. In transition, they sign off the project, confirming that they're happy with the outputs, whilst ensuring continuity plans are in place for benefit realization activities. The sponsor tracks the benefits, and this is a key part of their role because they are accountable for the business case. They have to come up with a method to track the benefits and have the ability to make any amendments where necessary. The project manager is focused on delivering the project's output to the agreed project success criteria, which will typically include cost, quality, and time. They manage the project on a day-to-day basis and are responsible for planning and scheduling the resources and motivating the project team. The project manager is reliant on interpersonal skills such as leadership, communication, influencing, negotiation, and conflict management to ensure that the project is delivered successfully. In the definition phase, the PM brings together the project team to provide the expertise required to deliver the project. This will include project support roles as well as specialists. The PM must develop the team from a group of individuals into a high-performing team, ensuring that clear roles and responsibilities are communicated and understood. They plan the project delivery to demonstrate how the project's outputs will be delivered and produce plans with which to manage stakeholders. In the deployment, the PM develops a detailed plan where work activities are assigned to specific team members. This ensures that all required pieces of work have an owner. They manage risks in what is known as a risk register, which is essentially a log detailing any risks raised, what the outcome would be were the risk to be realized, and assigning a risk owner. The PM is also responsible for managing change requests, so for example, requests for additional funding, and the escalation of these requests to the project sponsor. Status reports should also be provided to senior stakeholders. Lastly, they need to motivate and support the project team, and this is done through effective plans, clear communication, timely advice, and prompt decisions. This ensures the team become confident and self-motivating, allowing the PM to direct and lead the project rather than be distracted by minor issues. In transition, the PM plans for the handover of the project's outputs to the users and the sponsor. The PM must ensure that the outputs have been signed off from a quality point of view and that all documentation is either handed over or archived. The PM is also responsible for conducting a post-project review. This brings the key team members and the stakeholders together to review the performance of the project and to capture lessons learned. The PM then disbands the project team and disposes of the project's assets, such as equipment and tools. This ensures that the costs are no longer incurred by the project and resources can be used elsewhere. The steering group is used on many projects to support the sponsor with decision-making. The sponsor is still ultimately accountable, but their steering group helps by bringing a number of key stakeholder views to the project at a senior level. These stakeholders will typically include senior representatives from users, suppliers, and other key stakeholder groups, ensuring that strategic guidance and direction is provided. It's chaired by the sponsor, who has the ultimate decision-making role. The project manager may attend, but it will not be a member of the steering group. The group can help resolve escalated risks and issues that the project manager and sponsor alone cannot resolve. So, for example, something that's happening at an organizational level that is affecting the project, or something that's happening in the external environment. Along with the sponsor, it may also fulfill the role of deciding go, no-go decisions at the end of each phase of the project lifecycle on behalf of the business. The APM defines users as the group of people who are intended to work with the deliverables to enable beneficial change to be realized. So basically, they're the people that will use the output of the project. As such, they will have a key role in defining the requirements at the start of the project and agreeing acceptance criteria against which the products will be tested. They need to ensure that the project stays focused on achieving the requirements and does not stray from it, and be involved in product testing and final acceptance. Because they will use and support the product through its operational life, they will be the ultimate judges of quality, and it's important that the users are managed, as their wish list of requirements may not be achievable within the budget and time constraints. So the PMO, or Project Management Office, is defined as an organizational structure that provides support for projects. On the surface, this is quite vague, so we're going to dig a little deeper to understand what a PMO actually does. PMOs can be invaluable because they can provide support in a number of different ways. They have the ability to manage entire collections of projects and programs, serving as the single source of information. In the deployment, they can free up project managers' time via administrative support, doing things which don't need to necessarily be completed by the project manager, but need to be done all the same. Things like maintaining risk registers, change logs, the writing up and dissemination of team meeting minutes, things like that. The provision of expertise with things like project tools, specialist techniques, and information management. For example, if you're a project manager and you're unsure how to create a schedule, chances are there'll be an expert in your PMO that can show you, if you're fortunate enough to have one. They support decision-making through the collection, analysis, and reporting of project information, and they support sponsors and senior management to drive projects by exception management. The second category is process improvement. The project office can own the project management methodology or framework, and therefore promote best practice across the project management community. They support continuous improvement through the consolidation and communication of project delivery improvements, and they disseminate lessons learned across the organization. And lastly, they can develop and maintain project standards, and therefore providing assurance of best practice. Lastly, they can help with resourcing. So they assist in the allocation of project management resources. For example, they have a top-level view of all projects under their remit. So if one project is falling behind, they can temporarily reassign a resource for a project that is ahead of schedule to come and work on the project that's fallen behind to maintain the integrity of that project schedule. They also help develop professionals with skills and training. If you enjoyed this video, again, please like, share and subscribe, and leave a comment with any questions or opinions you have on this video down below. Until next time.